Significant archaeological sites along our coast and tidal estuaries are continually eroded by winds, waves and tidal scour. Citizan is the first systematic national response to this threat. One of the largest community archaeology projects in the country, Citizan leads community-based activities in order to survey the thousands of heritage sites along our coastline and tidal estuaries before they disappear. On May 8, 2015, a group of volunteers assembled on the coast of Beachy Head to try to identify and survey the remains of a wreck believed to be the Coonatto, a clipper ship built in 1863 that primarily transported wool between England and Australia and was lost near Beachy Head in 1876.
So Citizen is a 3-year project. It's funded by the Heritage Lottery Fund, and our partners are the National Trust and the Crown Estate. And basically the aims of the Citizen project are to record England's eroding coastal archaeological heritage. There's an awful lot of archaeology on the coast, particularly it got revealed quite heavily in 2008, 2009 when we had quite large storm surges, and around that time the decision was kind of taken to get this stuff recorded so we can keep it preserved by record. So we have 3 teams around England. We have one based in London, which covers the southeast of England. That's from Norfolk right down to Sussex. We have one based in York, which covers the whole of the north of England, and another down in Portsmouth covering the southwest. What we will be doing, we'll be going to meet local groups, local interested volunteers, already active groups, and we're going to be finding sites that need recording that aren't in the current historic environments record, and we are going to train members of the public up so they can record these features, and we'll work with them to ensure that they feel confident to do so, and over time we hope that those groups will be able to record these features for themselves and to visit sites, walk the coast and record them and monitor them as well. So that's another big important part of the project, is to understand how erosion is affecting our loss of heritage. We'll be going to be producing a mobile phone app as well to go with the project to make it quite easy for people to use around the coast, which they'll be able to download, use that offline. They'll be able to take pictures of features, sites that they find and see, and then they will be sent to us electronically, and we'll be able to store them in a new national database that will be accessible online via our website, which will be launched in July.
Sometimes when you're getting up into the bow, because of the shape of the ship coming round, you get slightly different shapes and the variation.
Okay, so yeah, we'll start with that.
Not done that before. Most of the stuff I've played with on the Thames are warships.
Yeah.
Copper sheet. But this is different. I like this. Like a zinc type thing, maybe. Cool.
Why would there be aluminium?
Well, I don't think it's aluminium. It's more likely to be a sort of zinc type compound. What it is you get, particularly if you go into the tropics, you get a lot of marine growth, particularly the teredo worm, which bores into the hull. So you get holes in your planks. You also get a lot of weed attached to the hull. So from the late 18th century, people start coppering the bottoms of ships. It's poisonous to the worms, and it stops barnacles and weeds catching.
Oh, okay.
And so I haven't seen this before. This is not copper. So it's another way of sheathing the ship to stop. So it basically allows it to go faster and longer without going to dock to get the bottom of the vessel cleaned.
Could you use this to help identify the vessel then?
Quite possibly, yes. It's going to be cheaper than copper, though, isn't it? It's going to be, well, I guess so. Again, we could get some. If we can sample these, if we come again, we can get a metallurgist to look at them. So it's a hacksaw as well. It's too early for aluminium, I'm sure.
Well, we've got a 30-metre tape, so it's pretty much gone all the way to the end of that, so possibly around 40 metres in total, because the sort of the end of it there disappears just off the block of rock, so it's a big one. He's talking about some of the ironwork that's used to hold the ship together. It's looking like various types of copper alloys, which would also ring true for around this kind of period for the ship. So a good start, I think. for what we hope it to be.
What further work needs to be done before you're 100% certain that this is the Coonatto?
Oh.
Or will you ever be 100%?
We can never really be 100%, I don't think. The things that we would look for are the type of construction on the ship. So we can check with the records of the ship and the construction, the materials used in that, and we can make those connections. Probably have to do some sampling on some of the metalwork as well to confirm it's the period. Lots of different types of alloy being used at that time to keep the ships together. So there are a few more bits and bobs that we can do, but yeah. First of all, we need to get it planned in and measured and see if it fits the description that we know.
Right.
I'm suspecting that is something which is not connected, I think. But we need to have a proper look at it and dig a little hole next time we come. But that doesn't make any sense in relation to anything else.
Record that?
We are trying to work out, is it sat on its bottom or is it on its side?
Right.
If it was a very muddy shore, it's possible that the thing could sort of sink fairly vertically. Given it's quite a solid shore, the odds are it's going to come up lying one way or the other. So one of the questions is this the bottom? You know, it's close to the bottom, is that further up the side or vice versa? Well, given the way this frame is starting to curve out, it's almost beginning to feel like the keel line, the centre line of the ship might be along here. The backbone of the ship, you'd have a series of external timbers, possibly about that sort of section, running along and the outside of the vessel. And the way that's curving out, starboard side, yeah. The way that seems to be curving out, I think that keel's down there. It can't be anything else, can it?
For a first day, it's been great. Really enthusiastic bunch of people down, and we've learned a lot about the wreck. We're going to be able to add some really new, valuable information to our records, which is what the project's all about. So it's been a fantastic first session. We're going to take the group back, give them a bit of debrief, and let them know when we're going to be back, because there's clearly a lot more to be done down here. So yeah, great session.
Upon returning, the volunteers come across another wreck revealed by the low tides, the Ursula, an Italian steamer that ran aground in 1916. There are many such sites along the English coastline, and many of these need to be properly documented before coastal erosion destroys them forever.